We're gonna do a song that you never heard before.
The volume.
Here they come and get wicked. Here we go again.
Ask Kennedy, my brother from another mother.
It's good, bro.
And let me ask you something, just in general. I don't know if I ever asked you this, but are you very big into like zodiac signs? If you're like, oh, it's Scorpio season, oh,
I,
it's Leo's, or you know what's Gemini's be, blah 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 blah.
man, listen. The far as extent I go with zodiac signs, it's Tyrese's song "Zodiac Signs," bro.
It is a fire song too, by the way, though, bro. Fire, fire,
Hey,
fire. I haven't thought about that in some years until you just said it, though, bro.
yeah. I mean, here's the thing. I know that I'm a Virgo. I know what my wife is, and I know, when Virgo season come, I'm pretty active on that. But as far as like looking at my, horoscope every day and all of that, nah. But I do like the conversations about it where people are like, "Yo, this is accurately depicts who I am as a person," and so no, I'm cool with it. But I'm not like an avid zodiac sign person.
Not like I'm not at all. Although I agree with you. Generally speaking, I think that most of the things that I've read about a Sagittarius and the descriptions of a Sagittarius, they're usually pretty spot on. But I'm always blown away when I hear people be like, "Oh no, I stay away from Leos, or I stay away from Aquariuses. Oh, we not compatible." Like compatibility and that is just, I think that that's like so like extra when you on that time. I'm like, nah, get over it though, bro. If you ain't compatible with a sign, it's you. It ain't have to do with the whole. You canceling out a whole sign. You had one Scorpio now who probably did you wrong, and then now because that one Scorpio did you wrong, you done canceled all of the Scorpios out. Right? That's crazy though, bro. But everything I've read about a Sagittarius usually is pretty spot on though, bro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. What about your wife's zodiac sign? Does it match her?
I mean, she's a Gemini, and so yes, I would probably say that that the descriptions of a Gemini are pretty spot on for the most part. But I think that but when you think about that though, you can have a person where your temperament, you might be born in the middle of July, and everything that's read about a Sagittarius might line up with exactly who you are though, bro. So like I don't think that all Geminis are the same way or all Sagittarius are the same. Although most of the Sagittarius that I know, most Sagittarius are usually the same. There's like you could put all the Sagittarius in a party, and I think that they'll have the same kind of feel though, bro. Yeah.
I feel that. What's going on? D1 Baseball 99. And what's good? Roger
Roger, Roger,
Rogerio
is it
Braga.
Rogerio? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. What's going on, y'all?
Peace.
Welcome to
Appreciate
the
y'all for
Black
tapping
People
in with your
Podcast.
boys now.
Look, man. I think that you're pretty right on it. I think that all things can be true, right? Where it's like if people believe in the zodiac signs, I'm here for it, just like how people believe in religion, right? If it's a
Yeah.
positive thing that can help you get through life in a certain way or to help you navigate because people do have compatibility issues with other people, and maybe some of that stuff, just like people do, they do a color test or they do that, the test where it gives you the letters and you find out how you are aligned and stuff like that. So all of those different things, the personality tests and all of that, I think are dope in the grand scheme of helping people understand how to deal with other people, especially when you come in the workplace. And it could work in relationships too. So I'm like I said, I'm not an avid person that's looking into it, but I'm here for it though.
I listen. But the funny thing about it is usually I see that women use that for
Mhm.
dating. Oh, I don't fool with an
Yeah.
Aries. Like, I don't,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
Leos. Oh, you know them Leos. I'll be like, bro, come on, man. I can super kick you in the face, bro. Like, I
Yeah.
just, I can't. I
Yeah.
can't.
Well, look, bro, let's get this music popping up because we got some things to get into. We got some things to
Let's
get
do
into.
it.
It doesn't matter what your name
The
is.
Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast of all time. The Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast
If you
of all time.
smell what the rock. It doesn't matter what your name is.
Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast of all time.
Hey, listen, if you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe to the Slash Brothers YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Biatch, and our TikTok page. That we're live on all platforms at the same time. Whenever you click on the notification, you click on the bell, you get the heads up whenever your boys and is doing their thing. Ace Kennedy.
Bro,
The
did you?
Biatch is always gonna go, bro.
I have a feeling
It's here to stay.
yeah. Hey, man, you out in the A, and I
Yeah.
figured you had got your outfit together. I know this weekend you went to trap karaoke, but I figured you had
Yep.
got your outfit together for another prominent event that was about to go down in the A, and I found out it got canceled. Magic City Night with the Hawks.
Okay, so that is interesting. Hold on one second. Hold on. Because listen. Okay, so listen. I think that is interesting though, man,
Mm-hmm.
because I saw some people come out and they was like against it, right? And especially I saw like one of the NBA players wrote like a whole little article about that basically though, man. I actually had time to read it. And I thought that it was pretty interesting though, bro. Like I thought that, in a society, especially where you are trying to protect women, he
Mm-hmm.
made a very compelling point about why the Hawks should basically cancel this. And I think that the one thing that is very interesting to me is that I think that it's such a very Atlanta thing to where you gotta be from here to really understand the significance of it. I mean, I can understand that for certain places though, man, that what I'm saying, like you wouldn't necessarily, if you're in Utah, I mean, I could understand why you wouldn't necessarily have a strip club and you have that tied to the city like that. But I think that in Atlanta, as far as the culture of Atlanta, this is going to sound very, I hope not too controversial though, but Magic City specifically, as a strip club is as tied to Atlanta as, I mean, I'm not gonna say like MLK or activism, but it's like it's right up there though, man. When you think about like the things that make Atlanta Atlanta, and the things that when you identify Atlanta, all the things that come along with it. Magic City has always been one of them, and maybe the strip club scene in itself has basically took Magic City and made it their own here. So you have other very prominent strip clubs, Blue Flames, Strokers, Follies closed out here a couple of years ago after a number of years though, man. But I think that out here in Atlanta, man, Magic City is very much part of Atlanta culture though, man. So I totally understood why the Hawks would partner with them the same way they partner with any of the other businesses and cultural things in the city.
I get that, but I think from the NBA standpoint, for one, I would have thought the organization would have gotten the approval well in advance because here's the thing. They've been promoting this Magic City night for a minute and they're playing the
Absolutely.
Orlando Magic.
And the
Um,
Orlando Magic was brilliant.
yeah, I thought, okay, they got the approval, obviously, because they was advertising that thing.
I'm gonna
Um,
need the I'm gonna need that hoodie.
yeah. They
Yeah, I'm
got
gonna need that Magic City hoodie for the Hawks.
hey, they got to be selling them, bro. I mean, they just can't let that stuff go to waste. But
Yes.
but at the same time, I do understand Adam Silver's position too, because it at the end of the day, it still is a strip club, and I understand that it is a form of entertainment, just like the basketball association is a form of entertainment, but it still is a different type of a partner. Uh, because what exactly I want to know what the actual game plan was for the event. Like, what was the halftime show gonna look like?
It was
What
gonna
was
be Ti. No, 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 no. So Ti was gonna be performing at halftime. So it wasn't like they was gonna have some stripper poles out there. I think if anything, they basically had like some specials at the bars out there in the arena. They also had some food spread. They're big for their wings. Everybody always talk about the wings at Magic City, and I think that that was going to be it, but it wasn't going to be where all of the servers are strippers and all of your people who serving your beer comes with a
no,
lap
no,
dance. It
I'm
wasn't
not.
nothing like
I
that.
don't think that, but I just wonder what attire they were gonna be wearing for the evening. And then on top of
I
that,
don't.
did Usher bring out the stripper pose for the Super Bowl?
Did Usher bring out the stripper pole?
Because what I'm saying is, at his Vegas residency, he had the
Mm,
stripper pose for some of his songs or
Love in
whatever.
the club.
Yeah, so I'm just wondering.
I don't remember, bro. I
I don't
don't
either,
remember, to be
but
honest with you.
but but if he did, right, it obviously wasn't that big of a deal. And see,
See,
for instance, so Tank and Jay Valentine performed on the BET Awards, one of them awards, right? It was a BET thing, and they did the slow, right? And they had the girl on the stripper pole. Now she wasn't like buck or naked or nothing, but I'm saying the point is like it can be tastefully and artfully done, but I still understand like the NBA though, because again, I don't know what all was planned for the event. I'm just saying when you still people who know what Magic City is, they know what it is, right? So I'm just saying there are kids that attend basketball games too. So it's like I said, I just would have thought the Hawks would have gotten some sort of approval well in advance before they advertised the heck out of it. So
I thought so too. And listen, this is the one thing that is always this is one of the things that's always an interesting thing about America, right? Is the selective outrage. You have the privilege of selective outrage, right? It's this thing, right? But it's like we want to talk about Magic City night and the outrage people have, but we're not talking about how nobody on the Epstein files that's in the United States that is a citizen has been prosecuted. Nobody's been arrested. Nobody has been charged. Nothing. There's been very few investigations that we know of as well as well. So
right,
you can be selectively outraged. Like you can say, well, Magic City is enough, but then you could be pro Palestine. You could be anti this, that, the other. You could be against Israel. You can. It's such an American thing, though, bro. And it's good and bad. It's a privilege that you have that you can have selective outrage. But this is another one of those things, though, bro. It's I don't know, man. I don't know
yeah,
how I feel about it. Personally,
but
I would have loved to have seen it though.
here's the thing though. I think though that Adam Silver took a stand, and that is a good thing because he is responsible for the entire NBA. Prime example. We were talking today at work, and of course, we in Oklahoma, so of course, obviously, we the champs, Oklahoma City Thunder. One of
I
the
see
things
that
we
shirt,
brought
by the
up,
way.
what's that?
I see that shirt, by the way. That's
Oh,
fly.
appreciate it. One of the things that we talked about is that Adam Silver doesn't believe that dynasties are good for the NBA. And I'm like, that makes sense. Because for him, he wants to try to level the playing field as much as possible for each team to have the opportunity to win a championship, right? It's better for business. Now, do fans want to see dynasties? And is this great to talk about? And does it look cool? 100%. But for the NBA as a business, it makes sense why the commissioner would want to spread the love out, which is why we have these aprons, which is why the Thunder are looking like, hey, even if we win this year, what we gonna do with this team? Because we ain't gonna be able to afford everybody, right? And that those are going to be conversations that a lot of teams are going to have, and it's to keep from building these super teams or just purchasing players to come and be a part of your franchise to win, when ultimately the goal is to win. So I think from the standpoint for business, this makes sense for business sense of sacrificing one night for the better good of the NBA. I understand, but for people to be upset or even concerned about why they canceled it, I can understand their outrage as well.
Mhm. I agree with that. I think that the big thing is that, but if you Adam Silver, you're like, we do, by the way, have the WNBA, a whole women's league. And if you feel like women are being objectified by it, I can understand why you would take that position. And you might just say, hey, I understand y'all think it's cool in y'all town where y'all at, that's cool. But nationally now we not rocking with this. And I can understand. Like, listen, I'm never gonna be against someone saying, no, you know what? I feel like I want to protect women and I want to feel like I'm protecting the image of women, especially seeing that we have a league dedicated to just women. I totally understand that though,
Yeah.
bro. But I,
Yeah.
I think that it's just one of those things to me though, man. It's just, to me, the backlash is just one of it's one of any many things that you could just selectively say, I'm outraged by this thing today. One day, 1 minute is this, the next minute is that, and it's gonna always be another thing though.
Yeah. Well, that I mean, if they did approve it, then the WNBA was gonna have to have a Chippendale night, bro.
Hey man, hey, listen, you gotta do something though, man. I never understood why some woman didn't come out with their own version of Hooters.
Wangs.
Wangs, wangs, footlongs, something. I
Yeah.
never understood why. I never understood why some woman didn't say, "Hey, you know what? In response to Hooters and y'all going out here having the girls with the big boobs out here, we're gonna have some dude out here though, man. He out here packing. He might have no shirt on. He might have hell. You know what? He might have an outfit similar to Hooters though, bro. He
Right.
out here with them little shorts. He out here packing, and they turning up though, man. Selling all the foot long
See,
links out here though, bro.
you out here, you done gave away the business opportunity.
Dropping meat, dropping meat daily out here though, bro.
They'd have to sue Arby's to get the slogan. We
We
Wangs.
have the
We got,
meats.
we got
Yes.
all the meat.
Call that thing wangs. All you sell is all you listen, your specialty, everything comes, no veggies. All the meats come with meat on the side. You have side meat.
Hey, bro. Speaking of the NBA, big conversations. Obviously, the season is dwindling down. There are probably about 17 to 18 games left. Of course, the conversation is going to be about the MVP. Last night, Denver Nuggets in town for the OKC Thunder. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander versus the Joker. Did you get a chance to watch this game or highlights or something?
I watched a lot of the highlights of it, and I started watching the replay, and I dozed off on it. I'm not gonna lie,
Ah,
but
God,
I
bro.
got the gist. I got the gist of what was up though, bro. And listen, okay, here's one of the things and I hate to be a prisoner of the moment. Okay, Shea is a point guard, right?
He is.
Okay, so you know where my mind goes with this. If Shea wins MVP, okay,
Uh-huh.
and if OKC wins the championship again, does that change or add Shea to an all-time list? Let's say point guards. Where would you put him then in your all-time point guards list if OKC wins the championship, which likely means he's going to get Finals MVP if that happens, and that also if they also win if he wins the MVP?
It doesn't change to me the point guard list, but it is a conversation of where does he sit in that GOAT conversation.
Because
because
I think you got to be in both though, right?
he would be. But I'm saying to like, because we've talked about this before, and obviously I've had Russell Westbrook pretty high, and I get it. We know where everybody else sits with Russ, but I'm just saying, for me, lists are subjective, right? But when it comes to numbers, as far as like what he's doing, he just passed. He's tied with Wilt to having the most 20-point or
20 points.
consecutive 20-point games, and he's on the list for the 30-point games, right? And there's something else where they combined like Kobe, Jordan, and LeBron, and they got like 3, but Shea has 4 of something. What I'm saying is he's building a career right now that if he continues on this trajectory, he's got to be now in the GOAT conversation of best basketball players of all time.
Period. Not just best point guard. You're saying
Exactly.
period.
Exactly. You win in 2 championships.
Who do you? Okay, so listen. He wins 2 championships,
2 MVPs,
and 2 MVPs. Who does that put him? But I can think of who I would put up, who I would put him above. But you tell me who does he go above?
Okay,
then?
he immediately has to be in the top 10. He immediately has to be in the top 10. Just because of the work that he's done thus far. Like it's still Jordan, LeBron, Kobe for me. I don't know that I'm putting him 4th. And that's what I'm saying. I don't know
Not
where
Magic.
See, that's what I'm saying. I see. I don't know where I put Jordan. I don't know where I put Bird and Magic and Shaq. I don't know where I put those guys. Right. For me, it's always just a conversation about Jordan and LeBron, and I just know Kobe's 3 for me. Right. And I know people have their own discussions about that. So he immediately, for me, if he does that, he's in the top 10 for me.
Okay, so listen, I'm gonna keep it a stack with you, bro.
All right.
I already think that he's the greatest OKC Thunder player of all
I'm
time.
glad
He
you said
passed
it.
Russ.
I'm glad you said it. We'll
He
talk about
passed he passed Russ as the greatest Thunder of all time. And to me, it's the fact that when KD was there, KD won 1 MVP when he was with OKC, right?
Yep. So did Russ.
And Russ won 1. So the fact that he's won the 1 and also got the chip, that to me the chip put him over as the greatest one at a minimum. So because of that though, right? I think personally that it would put him not top 10, but I would have him wherever. Listen, I'm not. I don't want to seem like a prisoner of the moment. I think that his 2 rings with OKC would mean more to me than Kevin Durant's 2 rings. So I would put him over Kevin Durant right now. Like, what if this happens this year? And listen, I'm only saying that because I respect the totality of Kevin Durant's career, right? And the scoring title means everything, right? God, I get all that. The Olympics, all of that. I'm just saying that to me, I appreciate Shea's ring so much more than the Kevin Durant rings and more than Kevin Durant scoring as well. And so for that reason, it might put him over KD at a minimum. It puts him over James Harden, Russ, and Kawhi Leonard, and probably Giannis as well.
But
As
you
far
don't
as
have
the
him,
guys who are active.
but you don't have him over Steph though.
I don't. I don't have him over Steph. And the only reason why I don't have him over Steph is because of the impact that Steph's game has had on the league. I think that's to me one of the things that it's like when you talk about a GOAT list, certain things when it comes to splitting hairs, you can split the hairs with the statistics. Oh, you did this. These were the accomplishments. But some of the things that's this aura, right? That's greatness as well that you can't quite quantify is changing the game, right? changing how you play, changing the rules, and this and that. And so because of that, I think that Steph's aura, his greatness, his impact on basketball and how it's played now, I think that to me is just a bit more though. Yeah. Then and the fact that Steph's only won the MVP one time that I recall, he got the 4 rings and that's cool. But I just think that I think yeah, bro, it is. I think so, man. Yeah, I got it.
Now,
And by the way, I didn't realize, boy, my arms look huge when you put them up there like that, boy. Been doing a little, boy.
did Steph ever win the Finals MVP?
Steph won the Finals MVP in their last championship.
Fourth one?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
Okay. Now, in the same vein, if he does win the championship this year and the Finals MVP and the MVP, would he be the face of the league?
See, this is. I would like to say yes, but the only thing is though, man, Ant-Man just got that charisma though, bro. Ant-Man just got and I know the Shea has it off the court, but it doesn't like, you know what it is. So I think that this is what I
He
think.
talking
I
up
think
trash to you?
he don't, and I think that's the thing
Talking
about
it
it. And this
last
is
night.
weird.
He was talking last night.
Yeah, he was talking it last night. And this is what I like. So this is this is one thing I hate. I hate when I'm having the conversation. It's usually with older guys or guys that are my age and up, not just the ones that are just a couple years. I'm talking about 5 years and up. And they talk about Shea and the calls that how they referee him and everything like that. And that's that's their thing to hate him. It's not like you don't have any other reason to hate him, right? I think that with Ant-Man, you got to either love or hate his trash talk. He's gonna back up the game, right? Back it up with his game, but he talks that trash and he wants to be the face. And he said it.
No, he does not want to be the face.
Joker and yes.
No, he does not. That is
Ant-Man does.
no. Ant-Man said he does not want to be the face of the league, bro.
He literally said in his commercial, yeah, I'm probably gonna be the face of the league in 5 years. That was 2 years ago. He said that.
Bro.
And he's going out there. He
I ain't
said
even
he is.
arguing with you. Let me just pull it up. Let's just pull it up. Keep
Yeah,
talking.
he said in his commercial, he said, yeah, I'm probably gonna be the face of the league. And yeah, he said that like 2 years ago when he first got his first shoe. And one of the things that he said in the commercial was that though, man. And listen, I don't care what Ant-Man's if Ant-Man came on this podcast and told you and I that I don't want to be the face of the league, I wouldn't believe him, bro. I think he does. But I think if anything, he wants to be the face of the league because of his accomplishments, because he's won an MVP, because he's won the finals. I think that's what he wants to. But I think that even still, he would accept being the guy that's top billing in the NBA, though, man, from a marketing perspective, though. But I've heard Ant-Man say that several times. Now, man, maybe he hasn't said it this year. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I've heard him say it in the past, though, a couple of times, though.
Man, listen, I got so many videos over here talking about that boy don't want to be the face of the league. So yeah. Either way, did Shea do enough last night to close the conversation between at least him and Joker? I get it. Jaylen Brown is still in there, but I'm talking about for the Joker Shea conversation.
No, he hasn't yet. I think it's going to go down to the wire. And I think that this is the thing about it.
Listen, I'm saying I think he shut the door on Joker. I'm not saying that just pushed him to the top. Because he missed some games, right? But I'm saying as far as like when you talking about, because okay, this is what I mean, right? We play Boston twice. Now, if Jaylen Brown comes out here and shows out, or if Shea shows him up, that's what is going to be for me. Because Joker didn't do enough. He done lost 3 times this year.
Man, I get that though, bro. But listen, man, like,
see, because this is why I say that. Hold on. This is why I say that. You said you stopped watching the highlights, right? So you don't know how Oklahoma won the game last night. Shea won the game. He hit
the 3.
He hit the
Yeah.
three, and then Joker came down, hit a three, and unfortunately, Jay Will fouled Murray, right? So that put Murray on the line. Murray tied the game up 126, 126. It's 8.5 seconds left in the game. Everybody know the ball's coming to Shea. Shea gets the ball. All he needs a 2-pointer. Shea did the step back on the three and knocks down the three again and shut the building down. That's straight MVP stuff. That's bro. It was
You
epic.
think so? That you think that was his moment that sealed it, though? That like it's so certain times you have an MVP moment.
That was his MVP moment that shut the door of anybody talking about Joker. Because again, if it was a 3-man race of Jaylen Brown, Shea, and Joker, and they trying to figure out where they at, that put Joker at number 3 right there, just because of last night. That's what I'm saying.
Oh no, and you see, this is my thing. I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying that you're wrong because, like, don't get me wrong. I do want to see Shea winning,
I
right?
wish you would have watched it because even the highlights don't like. What I'm saying is, there's podcasters today talking about this was game of the year, and I'm not even joking. But I'm saying I wish you would have saw it in real time because it really, like, you felt the energy. But Shea doesn't really talk a bunch of stuff in games, right?
They don't never talk in games, though, bro. And I think that's
he was doing the too little to people. He was in people's face. He was like get him out, bro. He was so invested. You would have thought this was a playoff matchup, bro. Like, it meant something.
I think that listen. The fact that you're going against somebody else who you think people are saying this might be the MVP of the league, and you're like, nah, I'm him. I can totally see why that matters, though, bro. Yeah, I think that, like I said, I am rooting for Shea to win it as a Thunder fan, but I still don't think that it's quite sealed just yet, and I could be wrong on that. I just think that there's a lot of season still left, though, bro.
Okay, because you said that, I'm asking you again. I didn't say it was sealed. I just think that means it put Joker at 3. Who do you have in the conversation outside? Like I said, Jaylen Brown. It would have been Jalen Brunson, but they've been falling off these last couple of games. Shea, Joker. I can't say Luka. Who you got?
Wemby. You think he's the MVP? I can't listen. I can't believe that I'm saying it, right? But I think the one thing is like, Doc, I'm blown away. I'm blown away, man, at how impressive I have been with Wemby this season, bro. Because, like, I think the thing that I'm just tripped out on the most is that, like, I know that usually when it comes to MVPs are typically the guy who averages the most points and team has the best record, or someone who just might have the most points and it's just not even clear. It's not even close on the next person on them. I get that. But in a lot of times when you talk about MVPs, it's someone's offensive impact on winning, though, right?
Yeah.
And that's with respect to Shea leading in per steals when he had the steals and everything like that. But I'm looking at Wemby's game, though, bro, and it's not just the offense. To me, it's how much his defense impacts winning to them, and I think it's incredible. So if I was talking about MVPs, I think Wemby's clearly the defensive player of the year, very easily.
Same.
But I think that in terms of that, I think that Wemby's defensive presence makes him an MVP candidate. So I'm going to say it's Shea. I think it's still those 4. It's still Shea, Wemby, Joker, and Jalen. But I think here's the thing. I think that whenever the day that Wemby averages 28 in a season, he's gonna win MVP, and it'll be very easy, though, bro.
Okay, do you got Cade in there?
No, I don't.
Even with ain't they got the best record in the East?
Yeah, but I don't. I don't. I just think
I'm just saying the impact that he's having on this season has translated to wins for Detroit.
I think that Cade. This is the thing. I think that what Cade does in terms of leadership, he
Mhm.
is like the Jalen Brunson of their team in terms of the Knicks will go as Jalen Brunson goes. I think that for me though, bro, like I've seen Cade have some really good games and I've seen him put up some pretty good numbers, but the numbers I've seen him do it in a lot of shots. Like to me, efficiency matters to me as well. And so that's why I'm saying, like I saw that in the day Cade, the game that he dropped like 50 or dropped almost 40, but he took like 30 some shots to do it. It's like I like in the big moments that Cade's gonna show up in the big moments. I just think that right now, it's not that it's that those other guys are the guys that I'm just more impressed with this season, though. That's what it is. But
All right.
that's with respect to them turning around and because the Pistons were trash for a long time though, bro. The boys the Pistons haven't been good since Tayshaun Prince was there, bro. And so the fact that they're there now, I mean, they had that one good run where Blake Griffin got traded there, but man, I just don't. Nah, I'm not. I'm not that. I'm not there yet with him on the MVP talk.
Hey, bro. You into the whole uh Yellowstone verse?
No, not yet, man. And it's because I saw that they got another show where it's what is it, Marshalls?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't watched that. Listen, I keep trying to tell myself that we stop at season two, at like the two episodes into season two of Yellowstone, and I haven't watched any of it since then. And when I say any of it, none of the spinoffs, nothing.
See, I didn't watch 1883, 1923. I mean, yeah, 1883, 1923. I didn't watch Yellowstone. I didn't watch uh what's it, Lawman Reeves.
Yeah,
Uh
see, I did start watching Lawman Reeves, and I think I finished. No, I think I finished like about half of that.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
which I
yeah,
thought was good.
so no, Marshalls is good. I'm only on the first episode. I'm like halfway through the first episode. Pretty intriguing so far. I like Jace as a character anyway. So yeah, it's pretty good. It's got a lot of action in it. So
Mm.
yeah, and of course, I watch, even though Landman isn't a part of the Yellowstone verse, I still, I watch Landman too. So yeah.
So tell me how this relates to it being a spinoff. What are these guys' roles as it relates to Yellowstone?
Okay, so he's one of the kids. He at the you ain't watching it no time soon. At the end of Yellowstone, they had to sell off the ranch, the Dutton Ranch, which has been a big deal, for the longest time of being able to save the ranch or whatever. And so he sold his shares to his sister, Beth, and then he was like, "Look, I don't want no parts of this. I'm doing my thing. I got my wife. I got my kid." He was a U.S. Marshal himself, and I think he just like completely quit everything because in the show they got some U.S. Marshals trying to get him to come help out with some things because some stuff popped off in the beginning of the show, and so it is continuing on. It's almost like how in Power, right, where the original story kind of went with Tariq, but then you had Force. So this is a character that was a part of the original Yellowstone, and he got it because this is the youngest son of John Dutton.
Mm.
So yeah.
Well, that's different though, man. I like I said, it makes sense. Him being the marshal and everything, and it being a show makes sense. I just wanted
Yeah.
to know what direction was it going with him being in the family and Yellowstone though. So no,
It's
that makes sense, though.
it feels pretty good as far as being the next thing because you got a lot of characters that was from Yellowstone that are still in this particular series. Like Beth and oh my gosh, what is my boy's name? Rip. They are gonna have their own series, but they were supposed to move or whatever, and then they were supposed to do another spinoff with the 4 6s, I think, which was like this a group of cowboys that are in another area that the Duttons kind of dealt with. Matter of fact, one of their people got into some trouble and they sent him down there to learn how to become a cowboy. So they were talking about doing that too. So these all of these spinoffs are relevant, but like I said, this one feels like the next chapter in what would be Yellowstone because you're seeing a lot of familiar faces directly from Yellowstone. They're just dealing with some more of the Native American aspects of it and stuff like that.
Well, that's what I was about to ask you though, man. Does it feel just like a continuation of Yellowstone, or can you tell this a whole new story?
No, no, it feels like Yellowstone, except for it's more because whenever Jace was on there, it was an action sequence. So this has like that Navy SEAL, because like when they go on missions, bro, they be on it. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole tap and go, and you know what I'm saying. So they pull in them type of missions and stuff like that. And some of the new cast that they brought in are some recognizable faces that you might have seen in some other shows and stuff like that too. So it's Tyler Sheridan, bro. That dude is ridiculous, bro. Because I'm all
Mm.
about the Mayor of Kingstown and all of his shows, bro. Be dope. Only one that I haven't really started yet because I found out Sarah wanted to watch was Lioness. I was about to start that, and she was like, "Nah, I want to see that too." So that's another one on the list because we still ain't watched Game of Thrones yet. So
Mm. The Game of Thrones. I might listen. I might just. I was tempted to start over, and I was thought about watching it with Neek, watching it all over again though. But we still got other shows. Like I said, we stopped watching too though, man. So,
yeah,
but we have been on the new news. So like Paradise, it's one that we've been watching here lately. And Memory of a Killer is definitely the best new show that we've watched. Incredible, and I just wonder now, and we're probably halfway through, and I'm wondering how they're going to continue this to be multiple seasons past this one season, though, bro. So it is very interesting, though, bro.
yeah. Well, look, bro, I've classically said on the pod that I am not that invested in the NFL drafts and stuff like that, trades and stuff like that. So I'm gonna turn it over to you, bro. What's been the most interesting like moves and off-season trades and coaches and quarterbacks? Like what's popping that the streets is like, oh, this is a big move. Like what's the biggest big news coming out of all of the draft stuff or the
Well,
trade?
so listen, I think that in free agency, bro, I think that the most surprising thing to me is Tua getting just let go, just getting released. Because, like, if you remember, when the Denver Broncos let go Russ, I mean, they had to eat like something like 70 something $1 million on it. It was like the most ever, right? And they had just recently signed him to a contract. And they just said, nah, bro, we want to just go ahead and move on. That's just it. We gonna eat the cost or whatever, though, right? Well, Tua now just freshly signed a contract, and they're on the hook for like $90 million or something like that. So he signed with the Falcons, which kind of makes sense because you had for starters, you got Michael Penix, who other than Michael Penix has had an injury, riddled career since he was in college, though, right? But what made sense to me is that he's left-handed, so you built your line so that you'd be able to have your right tackle as the key to watch his blind side. Tua's also left-handed. But Tua's thing is that he's been injured. It played since he's been in the league as well, though, man. And so I think that that's probably the one that's the most surprising to me because of the cap hit. How much like you think of it, he just recently signed the contract. And so for a team to be like, you know what, dog, we don't like you so much that we gonna just say you can just go ahead and sign with somebody else and we'll pay all the money. That's just crazy to me, though, bro.
I can see how that makes sense, but I also see I looked at Tua getting let go and my boy Jalen Brunson, what's his name? Quarterback used to be
Justin Fields.
no, used to play for and I met him
Oh,
too.
Kyler Murray.
Oh,
Kyler Murray.
yeah.
Got like I'm very surprised that he hasn't gotten picked up. Like it makes sense to me that somebody like Minnesota would pick him on up. But no, I'm very surprised though that like I thought even like the Falcons would have that he would have been a good fit with the Falcons though, bro.
They picked up 2 of them.
But yeah, but as I'm saying though, I would have personally, I would have picked up Kyler Murray. See, I think that this is the one thing I think that's always interesting because I think that when you start to spread certain like league talk about players, when you talk about Kyler Murray's, people
Yep.
say like he doesn't study his playbook and this, that, and the other. I think that then that sticks with you once you get them labels though, bro.
That's
And I
stigma.
think that that's part of the reason why he hasn't been signed yet, though, bro.
Yeah.
Because
Facts.
who the hell are the
Because even
Jets to not be trying to sign him? I mean, I know that they
they picked
just
up Geno
recently
Smith.
re-signed Geno, but who the hell are you to not be trying to knock on Kyler Murray's door because you ain't never been that good. You ain't never been too good for Kyler. I don't know.
Why?
Maybe I like Kyler Murray more than most people do, apparently.
I do. I do too. Why? I mean, shoot. Why Pittsburgh didn't get him?
Yeah, I think that is because they still are, sack chasing
I get
Aaron
that.
Rodgers.
I understand that, but at the same token, you still as old as Aaron Rodgers he's gotten hurt. He had the Achilles injury, and then he broke his hand or something like that. So, you know, at the same time, you still have an opportunity to have a viable quarterback in just in case. And I get it. Kyler Murray might be saying, "Look, I'm trying to be a starting quarterback. I ain't trying to be nobody's backup right now." I get that too. So it could be a number of things because his agent could be communicating to teams that look, he's trying to compete to be the starter. Shoot, why didn't the New Orleans Saints get him?
Well, so we got that boy Shuck, and as much as I was on him about being an old ass rookie, he actually played pretty good. I think that if I'm not mistaken, man, he set like our rookie record for passing and touchdowns. He actually looked the part. We were just trash, and I mean, we gave Rat Tail the nod at the beginning of the season. Once he washed out, I actually think this dude might work out. I don't know if he's gonna be Drew Brees, but I mean, I think that he could very well be the best quarterback we've had around since Drew Brees, though, bro. He's not bad, bro.
Yeah.
He's just old.
Okay.
Yeah,
Anything
so
else? I
that
mean,
was
I see
one.
Travis Kelsey
Um,
resigned for a year.
I like that, man. Like to me, I like that they are. So what I like that they didn't do what the Bucks did. You went and let Mike Evans go sign
Yeah.
with the 49ers for 3 years. And granted, I understand that they might be like, listen, bro, we ain't got 3 years, bro, but you are all time. We could do two. You can't tell me Mike Evans ain't good. He ain't good for 2 years for you. So I think that's to me, and I like that. I do like that Travis Kelsey re-signed with, and he's gonna be a one jersey guy though, bro. I like that, man.
Yeah, but I just feel
I
like
do,
though, knowing that McCombs is gonna be out for the year. I mean, I'm just wondering, like, are you gonna come back
I think
when
Mahomes gonna be back. Mahomes should be back. He ain't out for the whole year.
oh, okay. I thought he was out for the year.
No. Mahomes was out. I think by like week 10, 12. And so with the league
Okay.
being
All right.
19 games. Yeah. Now he should be back. But even then, though, bro, but this is my thing. If you're the Kansas City Chiefs at this point, regardless of what if Travis Kelsey wants to play and you know that he still can play, let's say even if he's not at a high level, I mean, his niche is going and finding the soft spot and sitting in to getting the ball. If you think that he can still do that effectively for 50 catches, 60 catches in a season, then what I don't understand. Like I know that there's the business of it, but you're gonna have your franchise leader and everything really suit up for the Broncos if he went there for one of your rivals in your company. Like that's just that to me that would just be low, bro. Really
Yeah,
low.
but this is what kills me about you though. Because you just jumped on me when I said Tatum came back at a right time, but now you saying Mahomes is gonna be back. Tatum been out for 10 months.
Different industry, different injuries though.
What was Mahomes' injury?
I think Mahomes' injury was like MCL or something like that, though.
I
And
thought he
those
broke
people
his
come
leg,
back.
bro.
I don't think you. Let me see
Hold
something.
on.
You gonna
See,
make me go to
that's what I was just about to
the
say.
where's the research department where you need it?
Right, because I need to know
Let
what
me see
Tatum's
something.
injury was.
Tatum tore his whole Achilles tendon. Let me see something here. Yeah, okay. So he tore his ACL and LCL in his left leg. That was week 6. That was in December when that happened, though, man. He's currently in rehab and he is aiming to return for the 2026 injury, though his recovery is ongoing, though, man. So, like I said, it's very likely that he could come back on time. And that's ACL. I think that those are return. Listen, I just think personally, though, man, like you know, when I think of Achilles though, bro, I just think that that has to take away some of your explosiveness though, bro. And I understand that he's still young, so I do respect that he could very well have bounced back from it all the way. But man, I just think that I listen, man. Achilles injuries themselves, and you're a pro at this, and I would have to take your word for it more than anybody. So, right? I just think that it feels like it's different, and I know that times are different. It just feels
Times
like
are
that
different. Times are different, and not only are times different, the injury itself, you can recover. Like for instance, Deuce recovered in 4 months, right? And he did have the OU sports surgeon repair his Achilles, the same dude that repaired both of mine, right? And now, mind you, I took the year off approach. I did the whole year. But if you saying Tatum Young, 10 months is long enough. Especially now, KD took the whole year, but KD is also much taller. Uh, but what I'm saying is this:
Damian Lillard.
Damian Lillard's a little older than Tatum, though, bro. And at the
Yeah,
same
so
token, and so here's the thing: they have professionals monitoring the situation. I feel like if they feel comfortable and confident enough, I'm cool with that because I feel like if Deuce can recover in 4 months, Tatum can recover in 10.
that's fair to say. I mean, even though Deuce had his when he was what 16, 17,
17, 18, yeah.
his body is still young and still growing.
Yeah,
And
but
that's what I'm
Tatum is
saying.
what?
Like,
Tatum's what, 25, 28?
yeah, that he ain't no young man.
He ain't old either.
He almost there though, bro.
Bro, if
His
we
son
say
Deuce is getting old.
listen, if we talking about we 46 and we ain't old, we gonna be 46 this year and we talking about we ain't old. So now we gonna look at Tatum as being old.
I'm not
You
bouncing back after a year. I'm not
bro,
bouncing back at
you
dog. Like
listen,
I
if
still
you
got one.
I'm knocking
Look,
on the
I
wood
got
right now. I'm knocking on wood
I'm
right
knocking on wood. I'm knocking
now. If
on wood
you
myself.
tore
I
your
got
Achilles, if you tore your Achilles, you gonna be back to get your intramural trophy the following year. You gonna come back. You gonna be trying to pull a Tatum and come back in 10 months.
listen, I got one dunk in me that I'm saving. I don't know. I think that goes out the window if I tear my Achilles, bro. I don't know why, man. It just seems like it's such a death sentence to me, though, man. As a hooper, like to me, tearing your Achilles to me is like I don't know, man. It's tearing my Achilles, tearing your Achilles today still feels like tearing your ACL 20 years ago to me.
And that's why I'm saying it's so different, bro. They got so many
Yeah,
different surgeries. Shoot, Aaron Rodgers tore his and was ready to come back in 4 months.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I
Anyway,
don't
bro,
know, man.
let's lock this thing on up with this final convo. Unless you got something else you want to get into, but
No, we good. Let's do it.
Ti and 50, bro, it ain't over.
Okay. Okay.
It ain't over. So last we spoke, we said that 50 had basically removed everything off his social media pertaining to the Harrises. And he was like, it's gonna be a slow news week. I'm kind of whatever, right? So then after blue, and you and I even went on a long conversation about 50 ain't responding musically. Like I expect a meme or something, but I thought it was over, right? In pure 50 fashion, 50 drops the new title track for Power Origins that happens to go at Tiny and the boys and T.I. all in one line. So yeah, it's not over. It ain't over. It's not quite over. And not only did he drop that track, he dropped another track which was a remix to some the guy who's he's featured on the album. And he just kind of did a little sub in the beginning where it was like, hey, you ain't even like you you ain't even worth it. That whole line from the half baked. So
Listen, bro. This is how I can tell how R&B you are though. The fact that you just said feature with some guy is just crazy to me.
I don't know who that dude was. Was it Max B?
Oh my god, it's Max B though, bro. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And this was funny. I don't. This is a weird thing. I don't know no Max B songs. I just know a lot of people from New York just said that there was a point where the Coke Boys, Max B and the boy Fritz, like they were like the hottest things in New York. Like I guess like at some point, man, like New York has these waves where they had the locks, where they had the free locks, and they was the big wave. And
Yeah.
then when they had Dipset, and Dipset was, and I never peeped them like that. And then there was like when ASAP Mob was, everybody was like, oh, they the super hottest thing. And at some point, though, man, people said that French and him was like that, though, man, before French started putting more mainstream music out. But anywho, but listen, I think that the 50 Cent diss line is brilliant, bro.
Yeah.
And here's what I think is brilliant. I think that what's brilliant about it is, for one, let's just say that he's put it out there because he's promoting again a new project. But
Hmm.
what I think is even more brilliant about it is that everybody knows the theme song from, yeah, they say this is a big rich town. I just come from the poor. Everybody knows that from verbatim, word for word. It's almost like a black culture hymn, right? And then I think that even the on the Tommy, the money, power, and powder. Everybody knows that. And so I think that when you have that line as a prominent line featured early into the chorus, right, of the intro, I
Hmm.
think now you have this line that lives on forever, that everybody just knows and says along with it, if it becomes any more prominent than all the other intros, though, bro. It's like, I think that that is, to me, the incredible part, is because now that line is forever. There's no taking it back. There's no taking it down. It's forever, though, bro. And that's what I think is genius about it.
Yeah. No, it definitely was the most 50 thing that 50 has done, as far as like he actually put out music, and he did his mean troll stuff, and he made something live on that people have got to hear over and over and again. So it is such the 50 move. And Damani came out with another song, and King came out with another song. I respect them. Listen, they keeping it going. It wasn't the punch like the first Damani song, but I respect them. Defending their mom's honor. I respect it. I think, all, like we talked about, all things can be true in this particular situation. So I'm not mad at it.
Hey, listen, I am still very much waiting for Ti to drop that one. I'm waiting, and I think that the clock might be on him, bro. If he is what I think he is, he got one that's in the tuck. And if you haven't dropped it yet, is because he is just waiting for some clearances. He doing something, but I'm waiting for that new Ti where, and it might just interrupt his pub run on this new song that he's been on, which I love that song, by the way. But listen, it's coming, bro. I still believe it. I would almost be disappointed if it didn't go.
Yeah. Well, look, man, we appreciate y'all rocking with the boys from ATL to OKC. We are the Slash Brothers. You got anything before we bounce out?
No, man, I'm back in the lab this week though, man, and I'm trying to get back on. Got my engineering hat back on. Oh man, got some cool songs in progress. I felt so good that I had a chance to record for the first time. Haven't recorded in probably like a couple of weeks though, man. God had a real cool idea that was organic though, man, and started writing. I got two pretty cool songs that I started writing organically though, man, just from being back in there and getting the vibe though, bro. So I'm pretty excited, man. What you got going on?
Oh man, same old, same old. Still trying to get this house put back together. I've been saying that for 3 weeks now. Got that going on, but I got a couple of senior shoots that I got to do this weekend. So looking forward to knocking them on out. But that's about it, yo. So we will. Huh?
Let's take them home then, man.
All right, let's get up out of here.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what your name is.
The Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast of all time. The Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast.
Can you dig it,
of all time.
sucker?